Joining me now, the former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations American Enterprise Institute Senior Fellow, John Bolton, also Fox News contributor. Ambassador, great to have you with us.
Glad to be with you.
This election should be over based on what we have learned about the conduct of the woman who would be president, about the Clinton Foundation, the extraordinary conflicts of interest, but it's not. Why in the world are there not rules against precisely the kind of conduct she engaged in?
Well, words fail me when I look at what she did, leaving the email scandal aside just for a minute, on the Clinton Foundation.
That's all I'm talking about right now, is the foundation right now.
You know, when I've joined the State Department from the private sector, I've had to renounce every tie, not just on business operations, but charitable organizations. It's like joining a monastery.
Why did she not?
And she apparently didn't have to. You know, this subject came up in her confirmation hearings in 2009, and she pledged that she would not do anything, either in fact or in appearance, that would compromise.
My God, she lied?
Amazingly, once again.
How stupid are the Republicans on Capitol Hill? I would just like you to give us an impression of how dumb they are.
Well, I think this should have been the subject of many more hearings. I can remember what it's like to be an official in a Republican administration with Democratic Congresses, because the depths are not being plumbed at the moment and will not be before November the 8th.
Well, let me ask you another way. Where are Mitch McConnell? Where are Paul Ryan? Where is the establishment, Mitt Romney? Why are their voices? Why is Donald Trump on point solely attacking the conduct of a former Secretary of State that is egregious and in every fashion?
Well, I hope he stays on point, but I think everybody else should be there as well. This is how to win this.
Did you really just say that? You hope he stays on point. The point of my question, John, is where in the world are other establishment Republicans?
I was coming to the others, and they're largely silent. I think most political strategists would tell you that every day people talk about Hillary Clinton's failures, of which there are many, character failures, ethics failures, the whole long line, is a day that's good for the Trump campaign, good for Republican candidates all the way down the ballot.
I take that as the effect. What I don't see is the cause. I don't see the cause being advanced by either Mitch McConnell or Paul Ryan, leaders of the Senate and the House. I don't see it being advanced by the standard bearer of 2012, Mitt Romney. The petulance, the pique, the pettiness of the Republican Party is likely to submerge the nation in what looks to be a socialist result that will last for generations.
I assume they're watching tonight, but if they're not, I will pass it on to them, because I do think this is a potential...
My God,
they better be watching, right?
Well, there's that, but there's also the fact that are they capable of original thought? I mean, all of the evidence is there before them.
Yeah. Look, the depths of the problems that Clinton has caused in the conduct of our diplomacy and around the world really should trouble all Americans, because what she did was turn the State Department into part of the Clinton for President campaign for 4 years. That's what this is about. The Clinton Foundation is a political machine like Tammany Hall used to be. Walter Russell Mead wrote an outstanding article on this. I urge everybody to read it. It's a way to keep your retainers on the payroll, paid for by foreign governments, that she expressly renounced.
Who insinuate themselves into U.S. policy and U.S. elections.
Yeah.
There is no question about why that money was put on the table and the Clintons were raking it off.
Yeah.
The question becomes, why is it being tolerated? Because certainly this was known to many people in the State Department, which apparently the Clintons still own. I'd like to get your opinion. I mean, that apparently remains a fiefdom of the Clinton cartel.
Yeah. Well, it's one reason I've said that the State Department needs a cultural revolution, because under John Kerry, they're still stonewalling on emails, on the ethics. You know, you have to ask, did the legal advisor's office at the State Department go to sleep during the 4 years that she was Secretary of State?
Did the national liberal media go to sleep?
Well, of course they did. They're in the tank for
they're comatose.
Yeah, exactly.
And indifferent to the outcome, so long as the status quo is preserved. It's gut-wrenching what we're watching.
It may fall to Trump to do it on his own, but I tell you, I think the American people are already deeply suspicious of Hillary Clinton. They sense she's unethical. William Safire, the great columnist, 20 years ago called her a congenital liar, and somebody needs to point that out over and over again.
Bill Safire was seldom wrong. in any pronouncement, as far as I know. In terms of the language, he was beyond perfect. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Lou.
Appreciate it, Ambassador.